Assalamu alaikum student, I am Dr. Imran and I am talking about control structures in C++. First of all, we discuss the basic introduction of control structures. Almost all structured programming need control structures. We all know C, C++ and Java all are structured programming. The main purpose of control structure are to alter the flow of execution of the program. So basically, control structure decide which statement of the C++ program is to execute and which statement is not. So a question arises in mind that why do we need to alter the program flow? So the reason is obvious as decision making. As in our life, we have to make certain decision about our job or our personal life, and on the basis of those decisions, we change the direction of our life. This is exactly what happens in a computer program. So we use control structure to make a decision and alter the direction of flow of C++ program from one to another path which are available. There are several types of control structures including sequence structure, selection structure, loop structure, repetition structure, and finally function call. We will discuss about each of them separately. So first of all, we discuss about sequence structure. So in sequence structure, the statements are executed in the same order as they are present in the program. So the control flow from one statement to the next statement in the logical sequence, and all the statements are executed exactly once. It means that no statement is skipped and no statement is repeated. This is the flow chart of C++ sequence structure, in which this is statement 1, this is statement 2, this is statement 3 and statement 4. So first of all, our program executes statement 1, then statement 2, statement 3 and finally statement 4 and so on. Now we talk about the selection structures. So in selection structure, we check some condition, and on the basis of that condition, either this condition is true or that condition is false, we select some statement to execute. Okay. To achieve this, we have several selection structure like if statement, if else statement, and if else if statement and switch statements. For better description of the selection structure, we have the flowchart description over here. So this is the part where we check the condition. So if the condition is true, we shift the control of the program to statement 1 over there, and if the condition is false, we shift the control of the program to statement 2. Okay, so after this, the program shift its control to the next condition which is present after the conditional state. Okay, now we talk about the repetition structure. So if you want to repeat a statement more than once, which is not the case for the sequence structure or the conditional or selection structure, so you need some repetition structure. For this purpose, we have several loops available in C++, like a while loop, do while loop and for loop. For better understanding, we have a flow chart of the loop structure. So program check a condition and then see that the condition is true or false. So if the condition is true, one statement is executed and program again check the condition. Okay, again if the condition is true, then same statement is executed again. So, as far as the statement is true, the same statement keep on running. This can be a statement or set of statements. When this statement falls, the program shift its control to the next state. Okay, now we come toward the function call. Sometime we have to divide the large program into small sub programs. So, to solve small programs, we need some functions. So, in the main program, to make it simple, we just have a call for the function. So, when a function call is present between the statements, then after that statement, the control of the program shift into the function call, and no, the program basically transfer its control to the function. So, all the statements present in the function executes, and when function complete its task, it return the result to the main program, and then next statement will execute. So, these are basically the control structures available in C++. Now, we talk about some supplementary knowledge about the control structures. To control different tasks with the help of different structures, we need some relational operators. So, there are several relational operators available which compare the values of two constants or two variables, and on the basis of this comparison they decide that either the result is true or the result is false. So, these operators sometimes called conditional operators and sometimes called comparison operators. So, there are several operators present over there with their description. So, first of all, this is greater than operator, this is less than operator, this is equal operator, and this is greater or equal to, and this is less or equal to, and this is not equal to operator. So, all these operators can be used to solve different logical decisions. These logical operators are can be used in different relational expressions. So, an expression have these operators is basically called a relational expression. So, relational operator basically compare two values. The result of relational expression can be true or false. Both sides of the expression can be a constant, a variable, or an arithmetic operation. Some examples of different relational expression are following, like if a statement is present over there, 100 is greater than 15. Okay, yes, 100 is greater than 15, so result should be true. 25 is less than 5, so no, 25 can never be less than 5, so your result should be false. 30 is less or equal to 12, so this statement should be false. 40 is greater or equal to 20, so this statement is true. A is not greater than B in their character value, yes, this statement is true. 0 is greater or equal to 0, yes, this statement is true. 0 is less or equal to 0, yes, this statement is true. 1 is not equal to 2, thus yes, this statement is true. 5 is not equal to 5, no, this statement is false. So, this is how you can check several conditions either in the selection structure or in the looping structure. So, hopefully you understand this discussion about the control structures. So, in a summary, we can say that all the structured programming basically have control structures, and the basic purpose of control structure is to control the flow of the execution of the program, that which statement is to execute, which statement is not have to be executed, which statement is to be repeated, which statement is not to be repeated, when the function should be called, and how the control returns from the function, and how you can use relational operators or relational expression to solve the conditions. this is for today. Hopefully you understand our discussion. So, if you have any question, students can put up their questions in their respective WhatsApp groups, or you can ask your questions in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Keep on waiting for next lectures. Thank you.